All right, 5 o'clock on a Monday. Let's do this. Let's hit the books, part of the Hammer Betting Network, alongside the man, the myth, the legend himself, Joey Knish. I'm merely Brad Powers, producer extraordinaire. Zach Phillips is with us. Before we get all of your questions, comments, concerns on the upcoming Week 13 of the college football slate, before we recap last weekend's best bets, before we get into all that, let me remind everybody that Hit the Books is brought to you by FanDuel. And right now, you can make every moment more this college football season with a win on FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. Love FanDuel. They already got a bunch of the big games for next week already up. So they are leading the way when it comes to the game of the years, leading the way when it comes to pretty much putting anything up as far as the college football market. And right now, all customers can get a profit boost every single college football game day. That means you can pump up your gridiron winnings multiple times a week. Obviously, there's a lot of big games coming up this weekend, including the big one at noon. Indiana, Ohio State. I already announced it. There's no poll that needs to be done by Zach on a Friday. We are doing the Indiana, Ohio State game noon this Saturday at halftime, and you can get that profit boost, whether it's Indiana, Ohio State, whether it's Army, Navy from Yankee Stadium, another big one at nighttime, or at the end of the night, UCLA, USC is a big game. You can use those bets with your 50% PBT, and you can use those on spreads, live bets, overs, unders, so much more. What you need to do is visit FanDuel.com/hitthebooks to download America's #1 sportsbook. That's FanDuel.com/hitthebooks. Disclaimer, you must be 21 plus and present in select states or 18 plus and present in DC. Opt-in required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg/help.com. Good job, Zach, putting that up there. I like that. What's happening, man? Hey, 5-7 on the weekend. Saturday was not good. They had the double loser on Sam Houston, which I guess served us right because Clemson.
You had the feeling. You had the feeling during the Saturday show.
Yeah, I mean, when everyone was playing, if I could have taken that back, I would have played plus 21 at post, just because everyone was playing. I mean, nothing really changed, so that sucked. Well, I'll tell you what else sucked.
I know where you're
San
going.
Jose State, probably one of the worst beats of the entire year. So that if you missed that one, it'll be on Scott Van Pelt tonight. I can tell you that almost for certain. There's about 10 things that had to happen for that to be a loss. When you're 14.5 point underdog, you're winning at different points in the game outright. You should be okay. Not so much. Obviously, Badger was a good one. Easily went over. Baylor was a nice winner. The under, we lost by a half. LSU, we'll talk about that. Brian Kelly, that was pathetic. I thought we were in decent shape when they went up 13-10 in the second half, but no,
I agree.
Not so much. BC was pretty live in that game. Mentioned the Sam Houston game. Isaac Wilson, I mean, that game just, became a scoring fest in the second half. UMass almost won outright. That was nice. And, of course, we gave out a loser live, Texas, which was crazy because all of us, right after we went off the air, Arkansas had 5 first downs?
Yeah.
And then right when we went, the show went off the air on Saturday, they went down the field and scored. I mean, they showed something. I mean, they hadn't showed anything all game, so that sucked too.
Yep. No, frustrating to say the least. I thought we were in a good spot. The Georgia under, especially because there was some 48.5 earlier in the week. So to lose that by a half point, and then to lose San Jose State, and then I mean, I agree with you. I thought LSU for a portion of that game was in pretty good shape, and then second half listen. I know he's got $60 million left, but someone I got to give him credit. Get the handle in the comments said, wouldn't you rather have John Summer? If you're LSU, Tulane, John Summer, wouldn't that be the guy who you're boom, that's who we need right there to come in and kind of take over this program.
Who's paying the bill?
I agree with you. I don't think you can't do it. No, who's I mean, I don't know. I just that's the type of guy to me, younger guy, up and comer, has peaked. He's 42. He could be your coach for the next 10, 20 years at that kind of program with that talent. But I don't think you got screwed by Kelly and his agent so bad. I don't know if anybody can cut that check because it's $60 million to Kelly. You tweeted, and then you'd probably have to give Summerall another
50? Yeah,
80?
40, 50. So yeah, you don't have it. They don't have the Texas A&M money. I do find it interesting that the LSU athletic director Scott Woodward was the guy that gave Jimbo Fisher the original 10-year, $75 million deal. So bad. Kelly's 63. I don't know. I don't think this gets better.
I agree.
The
Yeah.
portal's going to be bad for them.
What coach ascends in his 60s? You know what I'm saying? It's the start of, you hit those like early mid
Cincinnati.
60s and you see the performance start going down. It's just father time. Mike Tyson. you can't do it anymore. Especially with what it takes now to be a successful college football coach, which I think is probably more than ever in terms of time investment and your life and the different things that you have to monitor. They're in a bad spot. And I tell you what, I don't think he's not a very likable character either. And he's not one of them. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Ed O, where he was one of your guys. He wins a natty, you know what I'm stuck like that could get ugly in Baton Rouge. That could get real ugly.
Could get more ugly this week. Might be a hint there. I don't like him this week. Austin Embry in the chat. Let's get to the chat because we already got some super chats here. Austin Embry first in line, 499. Air Force seems feisty now, plus 3.5 against Nevada. My numbers say Nevada, to be honest with you.
I got to be honest. I think, you know what, a couple of good buy lows on Air Force the last few weeks. They found a little something on they made the offensive coordinator change there to kind of differentiate some things. I can't do it this week. I love what Nevada does on defense and some things. I think they'll be able to continue. It's still not it's not like Air Force has turned into this, phenomenal offense or anything. They went from like morbid, the worst in FBS to, back to your standard service academy. So I'm with you, to be honest with you. Also,
yeah, I think we wait because I've been asked a bunch on this one. It seems like people love Air Force. I like Nevada off a bye. It's not even anti-Air Force. It's like I respect the job Choate's done at Nevada so much.
Agreed.
So,
and I feel like he is able to handle like. Not you're gonna. Yeah, I know that's not what we wanted to hear right there.
No.
But
no, yeah, we did Wolfpack. See, I can. This tout 101. I can spend anything. That's touting. Yeah, I can spend it however you want it. So, all right, we'll wait on that one. I think we're going to get a 3 later in the week to lay. I'm more interested in that. Sean Higgs, our number one guy, 36 bucks.
Baby.
Sean. 36 for the 36 waiting 5 minutes before the show starts. Use this towards a turducken next week.
You've been around for a while.
You're old enough to remember that, right?
Yeah. I was gonna say, you've been in the football for a while when you got the John Madden turducken over here. So yeah, I tell you what, by memories of Thanksgivings past, when the Lions weren't very good for many years, but would occasionally show up on Thanksgiving and see that the turducken.
Barry was there when they were halfway decent. I do miss that's the day I miss Summerall and Madden more than anything. Yeah, that was some good stuff back in the day. Look at Phillips,
right on it. Yeah.
I mean, there's no waiting. He's right on time with it. That was one of the turduckens there. He had all that stuffed in. I miss John Madden. One of the most important figures in the history of the NFL, to say the least. Matt in the chat. Hey, fellas, you're the only reason to like Monday. So thank you. Right back at you, Matt. Dream Crusher games from Missouri and LSU this week. I could see that. And also, I know UNC is hot, but BC needs it for bowl eligibility. So plus 3.5. Thank you. I'm more Dream Crusher on LSU than Missouri. Just because they seem like they got some life with Brady Cook. I mean, they were right there. That was a hell of a game back and forth. Yeah. Surprised me because I liked South Carolina. Dr. Bob NC blew through 3. That's just a numbers play for me. Now I would be interested in BC.
Yeah, no, I'm going to echo your sentiments. I know some people that same thing after the Bob release bought up some BC, and I agree. Once it crosses that 3 there, yeah, I think. And you know what? He was not fantastic, but we talked last week, and part of the reason why we played on BC was Grayson James fits what BC wants to do better than Castellanos. And Castellanos had kind of bottomed out, had some mental stuff going on, leaves the team and all that. So I kind of like buying BC in this spot. Now that it's got, I wouldn't have played it.
3.5 minus 110. I don't want to lay the 120, but there's plenty of 110, I think, out there. Do you want to do best bet or no?
Yeah, I'm on it. I
I
don't
like
think it
them.
gets better than that.
They're pretty live against SMU. I think they're fine. So
I agree. I mean,
it's not like I don't like what North Carolina's doing. It's just I think BC's all in on that game. So all right, there we go. First best bet of the week, plus 3.5. Like it. You got something else?
you know what? And as far as the other one, I'll say Missouri. It's almost hard to state like the Cook upgrade, even though he was not 100%. I don't think like the upgrade from Pine when he was kind of giving it up. Like if Drew Pine's in that game, I mean, I think South Carolina absolutely houses him. You're not going to get that kind of. And so, I mean, he came out there. I didn't think he'd be 100%, but he gutted it out, played pretty well, and got him a cover, almost got him a win. So, yeah, I'm not.
I don't know if I want to lay the 7.5 now. I can full disclosure. I did bet them yesterday, but it wasn't. You know where it was when I bet Missouri. I passed at 7.5 because I do think Mississippi State off a bye will be pretty. They won't lay down and die.
Agreed.
What do we do? Anything with Vanderbilt, LSU?
I mean, there were. I guess it's one of those. I know we partook in some numbers yesterday. Where do you think this goes market wise? I guess.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't think it. I don't think it goes up, man. How could it? I mean, I'm already hearing whispers of the portal. Body language terrible for LSU. I don't think. Oh, it's Saturday night in Baton Rouge. That people are not gonna. Yeah, there we go. I would love that.
No, our dub. You're one of our favorites, but that's block worthy there. No, I don't need to see that.
I heard oh, shocker here. I heard he rubbed some people the wrong way there. That will not happen, is what I heard. Some of the higher ups, because he's been sniffing around in the past for Michigan.
Oh yeah, no, but I will tell you as a certainty, Brian Kelly will never coach at Michigan at any capacity.
I thought there was some issues there. Do we do anything? Because I don't see it going back up to 10. If you're asking me, I really
agree
don't.
with you. You know what?
Give it out or no?
Let's play it. Let's play. I mean,
make sure Zach, that's flat 8, 8.5. We're not laying the extra juice. I think there's enough 8.5s out there. Let me know if there isn't.
Like LSU's, I mean, what's LSU's big issue, Min? Run defense and their overall effort
against a mobile quarterback.
Yeah, against a team that just wants to line up and pound and run. It's like, just matchup wise, this just seems rough. And what has happened to LSU? You want to talk about? And I know they lost one of their guards, but against
that
Florida,
offensive line's a joke.
It's been. They had one drive where they're able to kind of run it and churn and everything, but anytime Nussmeier dropped back to pass, he was like 2 seconds or under. And this is not I mean, Florida's defense has played better, but this is not like a, all-time defensive front they're going up against there. And it's a 4-man rush, and Nussmeier has a second to pass.
Yeah, they gave up more sacks on Saturday than they did the entire season coming in. I don't know.
I don't know what happened.
I like Vandy off a bye. Clark Lee knows Kelly, coached under Kelly. I think we got to give it out because I think Vandy's live, to be perfectly honest with you. And again, Saturday night in LSU, I mean, I think there'll be lots of empty seats, tens of thousands of empty seats, to be honest with you. All right, there we go. Best bet.
I tell you what, he drops that game to Vandy. I don't know.
60 million, man. 60 million. This ain't. I mean, if they find it, they find it. You got Oklahoma left too. Neither one of those games is a surefire win. But yeah, we're in 8.5 minus 110. Vandy. So that's 2 best bets. 2 dollars.
I don't know why I'm just dragging Kelly all up. Maybe because I was so upset we lost that bet. Think about the talent. Like you look at what Jaden Daniels is doing in the league. He's like a top 6 quarterback already, and you didn't win anything with that guy. You had all these NFL players that were kind of left over that you inherited. They didn't win anything. You want to say, oh, we won 9-3. a corpse can go 9-3 at LSU. You're like the most talent-rich program in the country. And so, yeah, rough.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have to hit the portal hard. Who wants to come play for him? I don't know what kind of money they got in NIL game. We'll see what Underwood ends up doing. Man, is that going to be an interesting next 3-4 weeks for Kelly.
I tell you, like, if he can't close on Underwood, I'm firing him.
Oh, wow.
I'm just funny. Like, to me, what are you going into? If you lose this game to Vandy, you can't close on Underwood. What is the like? What
I don't know what the future is.
You're falling down the SEC ranks rapidly there. So to me, I don't know.
You might have to make this a Brian Kelly show, but this is in the weeds. But I think what really hurt him at the very start of it is he expected most of the Notre Dame staff to go with him, and that never materialized. I thought he probably thought he was going to be on easy street, not only the guaranteed contract, but Tommy Reese, Marcus Freeman, a bunch of those guys would come with him, and nobody went with him. I think only one guy out of the entire 10 assistants went with him, so that put him behind the 8 ball. There we go. Fire up Tom Petty. Ain't no easy way out on that one. Oof. Again, they do not have the money that A&M does, in my opinion.
No, you need an A, or you need like you got to have your T Boone Pickens or the Oregon Phil Knight. Like, you either got to have a billionaire or you got to have the oil money or something. And I agree. I don't think they have enough to eat that.
Back to the chat. Enough Kelly talk. Again, I can't believe that. That was one I was pretty Derek in the chat. Does Travis deserve the Heisman? Not saying he's bad, but I feel like he's very overrated. Isn't putting up numbers worthy of a Heisman. I get he plays both sides, but it's not an endurance award.
Oh boy.
I agree, to be honest with you. But who else deserves it over him? I mean, I would go Genty. I think he was so unfairly treated for the UNLV game. He's the favorite. He runs for like $130 and a touchdown, a game-winning touchdown, and it drops. Like, just all of a sudden people say, nope, it's Travis's year. I even thought he didn't play that well last week, but all the highlights is that stupid deflected interception. That was a fluke play. And then, he had a rushing touchdown. Did you know that? They gave him the ball when they're up 42-24 with a minute and a half left. I mean, why I'm saying that too, because I'm just going to hear it.
So. Yes. We'll say that. Do you think it's over? Not our personal opinion of. Do you think?
Yeah, I think it's pretty much over.
I think so.
But with that being said, I don't know if I'm betting it this week yet, because I'm not. It's not a slam dunk. The Buffaloes win this week.
No, I agree. I agree with you. I don't. There's some position. It just does feel like if it ended, like, it feels like a lot of the CFB media.
They're all over it now. It's over.
Yeah. So we could say, Genty, make the case.
They're not saying it though. It's over.
No.
The way he was covered a couple weeks ago when he went on game day, I could just see it. It's just simple. I was watching the highlights. At the end of the night, I could just tell the way they were talking about him. It was just that they treated him like unlike anybody else. I'll just put it that way. So
there's two more questions about Heisman here. They're deeper down, so I wanted to pull them up for you guys while we're at it. But I'll pull them up here.
Pull them up. Well, Gabriel 30-1 seems too high. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's gonna win it, but 30-1. I mean, pizza bet, I guess. But he's got 4. He's got 4 interceptions. A Cam Ward 15-1.
I like the Cam Ward flyer better than the Gabriel one, to be honest with you, because I think Miami does win out, and he's kind of got the video game numbers where if Colorado the thing is, it's funny, quarterback win-loss is so much more tied to it, whereas, Colorado could probably lose, but if Hunter plays, all his snap and has some stats, then I don't know if it hurts him that much. So,
yeah.
But
they lost 2 out of 3. Well, do they even make the Big 12? I don't know how the tiebreaker. If they lose 1, do they still make it?
Depends what the other teams do.
Yeah.
But I don't think they've got any margin. So.
Yeah, Charles, you're right on that. He was already asking me about it before the show. I'm just like, oh my God. I was like, I'll read what I was like, take your victory lap, man. He's going to win it. I mean, Jesus. God. I appreciate that, Zach. So we don't repeat ourselves there. We do have a super chat. Benjamin Rash in the chat, $9.99. Hot take Kent State outright. We might as well get to the MAC now because that's all during midweek.
Yeah,
BP, who's your lowest ranked team? Well, I don't have Kent State outright against Akron, even though it's a wagon wheel rivalry game. I do have Kent State by far the lowest. Southern Miss would be second lowest. Southern Miss looks like you want to talk about team waving the white flag. I don't want to lay 10.5 though. Pass.
No, me neither. But to be honest, like, I would lean, unfortunately, Benny, the -10s, as opposed to this Kent State operation. I mean, they had some games earlier in the season where at least the offense was functional. The last month or so has been, I mean, they look just absolutely dead on both sides of the ball. Sans one drive last week against Miami, Ohio to get the cover. So yeah, no, I got to pass on that one. Where you at on the other? I think we both bet
over on that Buffalo Eastern game. It looks like there might be weather, right?
Potentially, and we both, you know what? It didn't last for the show. I bet some Northern Illinois. We talked about it a little last week, but I thought that was good at 3 or above, and they've all been taken out here by Showtime.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at current. I need 3 on Ohio. Probably 3 to bet Buffalo. I don't know. Not too much. Sorry. I wish there wasn't weather concerns on that Buffalo Eastern game, but that was probably my favorite was the over.
The steamer today was one of my guys like this too was Central above a touchdown. I was
no. I don't like
I don't know. I wasn't there on that one either.
No. I don't know. It's either fade them or pass, honestly. No. All right. That sucks. We don't have anything. And then even in the Saturday game, I got nothing on BG Ball State.
We need
BG.
We
need BG these next 2 weeks.
Yeah, we do. You're a little bit more bullish on BG. I'm BG this week than me.
What? I didn't bet that game.
No, okay. Yeah, I thought last week you're like, oh no, they're not gonna. Ball State's not gonna. Ball State's offense.
Well, I mean, with their fired coach, I mean, I need a Ball State to go over a win total for me. Last week. Now they're dead.
Okay.
I do like their offense. They got some weapons. I like their tight end, that Cozio kid.
Yeah,
that one or whatever, at wide receiver. I mean, they're capable on offense. I thought New called a lot of the play. Or no, maybe it's Lynch. I'm trying to recall. I don't know. BG should just line up and smash them. So speaking of that, Charles in the chat, is there any conference championship appearance clinching game specifically for our BG Falcons? Will they cover for good measure?
No, they got to win both. So
yeah, they got to win both.
Yeah, they got to beat Ball State
and Miami at home.
Yeah, that's that's basically a semifinal play-in game, unless some other, unless some wonky stuff happens here. But actually, Miami, I don't know. I got the tie. You know what?
I got to look in these tiebreakers. I was taking a peek at the SEC. Somebody in the chat can tell me if I'm wrong, but I was reading that Alabama looks in good shape as far as the tiebreakers.
I got that as well. I got to give an old friend that used to be on a YB program he had that before the Georgia Ole Miss game when he was like, yeah, if all these things happen, which are kind of then Alabama gets in. So yeah, I think if Bama wins,
a lot of them have Bama.
Yeah.
Boy, I like them. They play like a Texas. Just say if it plays out relatively to form, Texas wins the next 2 games. I would like Alabama to beat Texas. I'm just saying. That's just me. All right. One more. Arthur in the chat. Spread Hawks -2.5. Best action bet. Boy, I wish I had one again. I need 3 on some of these dogs. Northern Illinois, Ohio. That's what we need. Buffalo. We'll see. They do move quite a bit on game day. So that's what we're looking for.
We need them. Keep an eye out. I'm sure it'll hit there at some point. If you're watching the screen, you're able to check it out. You'll get some game day movement on these.
Action Sports Central. Can you talk about Kennesaw State? Well, I'd rather not. I know they've had some portal issues, but can't imagine FIU being and almost double-digit road favorite against anybody. Am I crazy like Kennesaw? No, you're not crazy. Yeah, their whole team hit the portal, but they're all still playing the rest of the year. So I need 10 though on that.
I knew that was dead like first quarter when you saw it came out.
I knew it was dead before the game. What did I tell you? I said 21. I'm like, I looked into this. I'm like, everyone's playing, man. I just didn't want to poo-poo it. I mean, we had a touchdown at CLV.
Well, people in the market were still betting it. Like even it was getting hit all the way up to game time there. But yeah, and then when it was like 0-0 first quarter going on, it's like, well, we're in trouble here.
Big trouble. Fabulous one. Dead cat bounce. Oh, as far as that game, I need Kennesaw 10 to bet Kennesaw. Haven't really bet it. Have you bet that game?
I have not yet either.
And I am worried. Maybe it's the one. Here's the knowing our luck. This will be the week where they just shut it down. They gave the all-out effort one week, went to overtime, came up short, and then they'll just absolutely no show this week.
I kind of like how FIU's been that revamped offense and stuff, and that the quarterback's healthy and stuff. So yeah, I'm probably not going to be playing on Kenny this week.
504 viewers, 140 likes. Make sure you're hitting that like button. I know what you are hitting. You're hitting the bet button because I see our first two best bets got steamed immediately. I just looking at the screen. I'm like, oh, who's betting what? And I'm like, oh, it's our two plays. So thank you for betting, but make sure you hit that like button. Fabulous one, dead cat bounce for UMass this week. 6 touchdowns with a relatively low total appealing. Or does Georgia put up 60? Man, I don't know. I thought they did Don Brown bad.
I kind of like why.
I'm not saying he shouldn't be fired, but I just let him coach the rest of the year.
I totally like. What are you firing him with? 2 weeks to go for?
They just had their best performance this season. They almost won outright.
You just were a field goal and the kicker probably take Don Brown, take the kicker with them because you missed a PAT and a field goal to win it. So I didn't get that one at all. I almost, I saw a 44 on this, then I hesitated and it went down to 42.5. I could only play UMass. Georgia has not shown the ability to get margin with their offense and a lot. I know it's UMass and I know it's like, what are they going down there for? Coaches fired, but at the number it's at, it would be UMass or nothing for me. I have not locked it in though yet.
Bert in the chat. Happy Monday, fellas. We playing Oklahoma plus 14. Did you ask Mike?
I saw Mikey V was in the chat already. I think I saw him
touting up money line.
Yeah, back to the Oklahoma. And he threw. Oh, he's off the. He's off the train now officially.
I bet Alabama. To be honest with you, it wasn't 14. It was below. I made it 14.
Yeah, I don't have a strong opinion where it's at the moment.
Where's the offense? I
don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how do they keep it up? I would. Yeah.
No. What I can't get out of my mind is, 13.5. I mean, I can only look towards Alabama there, even at the extra juice. I can't watch that first half of the South Carolina game. It's just like, it was men against boys. I know there's some fluke defensive stuff, but just the athletes in space running up and down the field on Oklahoma was like jarring. I could just imagine it again. Charles in the chat again. Let's go, boys. Coming down the home stretch. What do you make of the Charlotte FAU and the firing of staff at FAU? Also, I'm not sold on Air Force figuring things out. OSU just a dead team. Yeah, OSU is a dead team, probably a dead program, unfortunately. FAU, I bet Charlotte this week.
Man, I mean, it's the only way I could look, but boy, oh boy, was that an ugly effort.
What was with that steam? They closed favorite.
I know, but that was. You talk about two programs. I mean, obviously Herman. I'm surprised. I don't mean to sidetrack here, but just like, what's Tom Herman's next? Like, this is kind of like the rebound.
It's over.
I kind of lean that way. Like, is he going to be like an analyst going forward? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know. Is he a dynamic personality enough? I don't know.
I don't know either. Like that. This
Not
was
even 50 and it's over.
Your rebound job, and it was kind of a disaster from the start. So, Yeah, that's man.
I don't know. It's tough trusting some of these teams right now, to be honest with you. Charlotte included, even though I bet them. It's just, what was that last week?
I don't know. That was rough. That was real rough.
Eat that. Thoughts on UCLA plus 4.5, West Virginia plus 3, Kansas plus 3. Out of the bunch, UCLA, Kansas for me. West Virginia, I don't know. Numbers agree with that one, but
I tell you what,
I like the dogs in all of them.
I lean the first 2 dogs.
You like Colorado, Coach Prime?
You know,
there was some money on that today. You part of that?
There was
money on Colorado. 8 straight covers for the Buffs. Public likes them.
I couldn't bet it I would.
It's 3
to me,
now.
3 is like right on the number there. If I'm when it was, I saw some 1.5s out there. Was going to fire some Colorado. Never got to it. At 3.5, I'd be telling you Kansas. So yeah, I think this is a tight one, but I don't have probably no opinion.
We'll talk about that one more on Friday.
Yeah.
UCLA, I do kind of like. I did bet UCLA at that number plus 4.5. I think they're live. I'm not buying the Iowa stuff. I got to watch that game, though. Let me watch the USC-Nebraska game more into that one. I wanted to really watch that for the changes. It was just on one of my screens on Saturday.
Oh, I got to give you you were all on that because I just want to talk Cal Stanford. But BP had the feeling on Syracuse there. I'm sorry I talked you off it for the show outright.
I don't like this Cal team, man. I'm Mr. Cal. Something's not right with them.
For win totals, I tell you what, that was a big result because we got
for your win totals. I got Syracuse under. That was not good for Syracuse under win total.
We Cal under and Stanford over. Stanford
helped because they still got San Jose State, which is still going to be a tough game. But there's hope now.
Get hurt though at the end. Ashton Daniels get hurt again at the end of the.
Did he?
Louisville.
I'll have to look at the live chat. I did not see that. I just saw the kick. Somebody in the chat. Look at that one. RW fan 23. Stanford over 3.5 is live. Yep. Cal under 6.5 live. Yep. Michigan State under 5.5. Yep. Although,
they got Purdue.
They got Rutgers. That's going to be a 50-50
Rutgers
game.
Is the decider. Rutgers is playing. Rutgers finally healthy though, playing better, and Michigan State's not. Just not. Like I think that was a rough performance on Saturday.
Clemson under 9.5 toast. No way. I mean, they got. I think
they got South Carolina. It's going to be like a pick.
We lost Temple. Yeah. North Texas. Yeah. Need one more loss. NC. That could happen this week. All right. Yeah, he's recapping them.
Yeah, I was going to say North. Let me see who North Texas. They got at Temple to close it. Even though North Texas sucks.
North Texas has that.
Yeah,
that'd be a wild one this week against East Carolina. I'm hearing Garrett Riley maybe to East Carolina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Lincoln Riley started there as the OC.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a name I saw today. It made some sense to me. I know they're definitely going to go offense. Ryan Booth, Northwestern money line was a fun ride for 1.5 quarters. Can they pull off back-to-back covers against Ohio State and Michigan? Where you at on that game? I can't let my numbers lean Michigan, but I can't let that.
I know, me too. I lean Michigan too at the current, but disgusting offense to lay points with. And like the book is out on how to stop. People are just like loading up the run game has been dead. And so it's like, oh, you're having a pass with Davis Warren. So I can't lay that number with, I mean, give me a 9.5. I'll lay it if you ever get it.
There you go. Let's see where that one goes. Charles Saul, Jay Norvell getting 3 versus Fresno. Crazy to say I'm interested in backing them this point in the season. Yeah, I bet that number. Colorado State plus 3. Looks like people want to bet, want to lay it more though.
Did you? That's the early week. Like, did the doctor give that out?
He gave out North Carolina and gave out Army.
I saw some 3.5s flash on Colorado. You want to? I think FanDuel has a 3.5 right now. A little bit juiced,
on Colorado State.
Yeah.
All right. Boom. And the dog barked. 3.5.
Yeah.
Best
I
bet.
mean, I can't get. They're just.
They're
They
in.
do.
You know, they went out to go to the Mountain West Championship game. Do you know that? You know, they get in over UNLV.
Do they? Because you know what? I looked at
They
the
don't have a
West
single loss
odds
in
the
the
other.
conference.
I mean,
With
this
the
one,
dog
too,
barking.
maybe
Dog
we might want
loves
to do
it.
2 units.
Dog loves it.
Yeah, you better bet money line. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm betting money line right now. Yeah, I mean, I took it at 3, so I'm fine with it. 3.5's great.
Yeah.
And I was looking to see Dr. Bob what he gave out, but I think it was just North
I saw that
Carolina and
score.
Army.
I can't believe that got through 3 at some places. And
Yeah. I don't see anything. Nope. Just those two.
and they closed with Utah State. I tell you what.
Yeah, I think they're going to go, maybe. They lose in UNLV. UNLV's got a tough one against San Jose State. Michael in the chat. Happy Monday, guys. I have value on Indiana plus 13, Army plus 14. I'm making another donation to the books with these. I'm on the opposite side of them both. I'm just
there was a big you know what? I said at 17 I'm in on Army. Did it ever get there? I saw 16 and a half.
I don't think it did. That's one where probably should have waited. Some people are I think it pays to wait. That at least this year it pays to wait a little bit. I'm not, you want to give out one, that's fine. But that one I didn't understand why that was given out when it was.
Yeah, I looked to me at 17. I was gonna buy. I didn't see it, and then it got crushed today. So I'm out.
Let's see where this goes because
yeah.
Tout Service gives out Notre Dame at 13.5.
Yeah,
I'm telling you that will be given out at that number.
And then you know what? Maybe I'm letting one half of football get to, but I tell you that second half for Michigan, Indiana, you saw. It's kind of burned in your brain around like you had a real defense with a real defensive coordinator, and Indiana couldn't gain a yard. And especially like
you want to give it out the Buckeyes?
I think it's only going one way.
Yeah, I do too.
12 and a half.
Look at the market.
Yeah,
I got another thing, and this is just totally conspiracy. I can't put any like numbers to it. I always think there's like that sense of relief. Like you've been playing with an edge. They give Signetti that long-term contract. You don't have that same edge then once you get that long-term contract. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I've noticed that in the past. Remember Charlie Weiss? They gave it to him year 1.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, nope, it wasn't a good move. Not saying Signetti's Charlie Weiss. I'm just saying I've seen this before. We giving it out 12.5? That's not going down, is it? It's only going 13.
Yeah.
All right. Buckeyes.
All right, let's do it.
And speaking of that game, again, our halftime on Saturday will be the Indiana-Ohio State game. Big noon. I'm fine with it. I love the Buckeyes.
Yeah.
I think they blast them.
Yeah.
The Onion Man. If they don't, then we get to bash the Buckeyes at halftime. The Onion Man. Thoughts on Illinois plus 2? I'm not there. I'm hearing that Rutgers, what the chat say, they're banged up. I got to look.
Yeah, I know Monungai was better, and then a couple of guys. I know they had a bunch of guys banged up, but they've got the passing attack. It's getting a little. I wasn't a Cali McManus man, but it was a little frisky. The first, 20 of 30, 238, and 2 tutties. Yeah. They've had Demir Miller
like that against Minnesota too.
Yeah, listen. Yeah, I agree. I think Rutgers is a buy for me down the stretch here.
Guy S, happy Monday, guys. Texas A&M -3.
I think there's 2.
I like Auburn plus 3.
Oh,
you want to go head to head?
No, not yet. You can't.
At 3, make sure. I tell you, let me do you a solid, guy. Lay the 2.5. It's like 2.5 across the board.
Yeah, for real.
Because at 3, I'm a go on Auburn. I don't think A&M's that great. honestly.
I don't.
The more I watch them.
Yeah.
Reich's in the chat. SMU minus 9.5 seems short this week. San Jose +8 at home. Where you at there?
I agree on SMU.
Oh,
Are you like
Virginia? I just watched Virginia. If you like it, I'm okay with it. Tent got lucky, man. Tent should be. I don't know if he said some Hail Marys. He should be thankful. Virginia went right down the field and got that back door after Notre Dame missed a field goal. Prior to that, they went for it on 4th and goal at the 5, didn't get nothing. They had 2 touchdowns called back. I know Virginia had turnovers, but come on, Calandria against Al Golden. You knew they were going to turn it over. Let's you want it, I'm fine with it.
Let's do SMU under 10. I like that under. I was hoping that would stick around for the show.
Bennett also asked about the Mustangs minus 9.5. Yep, there you go. There's your answer, guys. Best bet SMU minus 9.5.
Yep, lock it in. Let me answer that super chat for the guy there. He was asking about.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Isaiah, how much you?
Do not trust that guy's Isaiah. He's like the founder of Chat Sports, kind of made his mark by just aggregating and a bunch of info and a few things that he might have had sometime at some point back in the day as source, but no, he like the big Michigan board is MGO blog, and literally he's like banned from you can't even post his stuff there because that's how trash it is. So no, don't. He says a lot of stuff. I mean, he was like, oh, Portnoy's putting up $1 million, I'm putting up $1 million. He doesn't have $1 million. Like the guy's like a pathological liar. Like, don't forget about that guy.
Nicholas Lynn, also a super chat, $7. Houston +8, A&M minus 2.5, Boise minus 23.5. Of the bunch, I would lean Houston. Even after the debacle on Friday night.
The Houston win, the buy low after last week?
Yeah, the debacle of Friday. I don't know. It feels like a decent spot. Baylor flying high. Everyone throws Houston in the trash after last week. A&M, I'm telling you, I like Auburn. I think Auburn wins. Boise, I didn't bet the game.
I would lean with you on that one. I didn't get with Wyoming. I thought they, had a little bit of juice, and then they've been back. I think I would lean the other way. Kind of at 24, I'd be on Wyoming. There's some 23s. 24, I would just have to play the number. A&M Auburn. Again, we talked about it. I'm BP strong.
Maybe we go head to head. We'll see where we're at.
Yeah, we might have a head to head.
It comes down to it at 2.5. I'm still okay to go head to head. I did bet Houston at +8. That exact number. I made a bet on that. So
I was going to say that
for the super chat.
That's my favorite of the bunch. Because I was at Baylor's. Listen, it wasn't going to stop me from dragging that guy who was trolling me all week last week about West Virginia, but Baylor was somewhat fortunate in that game, especially to win by that kind of margin. I think Baylor's rush defense can be taken advantage of by Houston here. So
look at that onion, man. Thoughts on Ole Miss minus 9 in the Swamp? Where you got that number? That's a go.
Yeah, if you still got it under 10, I know a certain service was liking that under 10. I like that too.
I think they smashed them. Because I know they outdid expectations last week against us on LSU, but I mean, they still only had the ball for like 16, 17 minutes. They're so banged up in the secondary, Florida. I think they had like 3 guys play all 93 plays. And now you're going to play a rested Ole Miss offense? Good luck. I think Ole Miss kills Florida. There's a reason why. I'll just say this. There's a reason why that's 10.5 there. So you got 9, lay it. That was a tout service. We give out one Monday. Contrary to popular belief, we don't give out 20 on Monday like people think I do. Yeah, there we go. I got that ticket too. Ole Miss minus 6.5 in the summer. I got that ticket. I love that ticket. Is Purdue dead? Yeah, I kind of lean Michigan State this week even.
Were they ever alive, Jordan? I mean, when's the
market? Remember when the market we treated it like it when they against Notre Dame when they got bet down to 7, and then the very next week, remember they bet them to like pick them against Oregon State.
I mean, they had the one performance versus Illinois.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
outside of that, you look at the last 7 weeks.
Oh.
I mean, they're just getting absolutely bludgeoned week after week.
They
I don't
get
know.
rid of
People,
that coach? How's he not going to go?
I kind of don't. I liked that hire too. Walters, I thought, did a great job at Illinois as DC, and like, I don't know, Purdue. That feels like a program that you can't. It's hard to win there right now. Like, I wouldn't be taking that job if I'm an up and comer.
Chris in the chat, any CBB tonight? Knish, did you bet anything? Was there about 30 games?
Yeah, I mean, so many that it's hard to even like. Let me see if I can pick.
How's
one
your
out.
CBB going so far?
It's actually going pretty good so far. Not crushing, but doing relatively well. Let me see what's on the docket for. Come on, cross reference here first. The current numbers we got. And the extra, we'll go to the ugly extra board because it's hit the
I
book.
quit CBB RW. I don't do CBB. I don't like Knish fills orders, right? You don't.
Yeah. I'm not capping. Yeah, this is just filling orders. Wisconsin so it's rotation 306626. Wisconsin under mostly like 155. There's some 156 out there. If you shop this around, 156 is real good. Would play it to 155. Versus Rio Grand. We won't lock that in, Zach, because there's a lot better numbers than that out there. But 156.
Look at that. Love it.
Yeah, little Rio.
That's why you watch the Monday show.
Yeah,
We're giving out UT Rio Grande Valley basketball picks here. Love it.
Our dub, I'm not capping it. I don't watch it. I just put in the bets, baby.
Yeah. Love it. Egg in the chat. You guys part of the move on the Army this morning? I'm in on ND at 14. I agree. I think ND smashes them.
Yeah, no, like I said, was looking for 17, missed it, got smashed.
Should have. I would have recommended the weight there. I think there could have been the possibility of a 17 there to show. DDH3, San Jose State plus 14.5. Yeah, all-timer, bad beat. It was bad. Double down at plus 7.5 this week. I don't know. UNLV, I mean, I don't know. Where are you at there? I bet UNLV, but again, it's just, I mean, you know what.
I'm more looking for like a 7 on UNLV or better.
Yeah, I bet UNLV. Colorado -3. We'll see on that one. Let's talk that one. Let's say that one for Friday. I promised somebody we'd wait on that. Alex Steckel, thoughts on Minnesota plus 12 at home versus Penn State? Yeah, I lean that way. I haven't gotten there yet. Again, I'm getting greedy. Do I see 13? Do I see 14? That's what I kind of need to start getting involved. Where you at?
Yep, same thing. Kind of, you know what? It got bet out a little bit and then was hoping, for a little bit better number. And so now
I think there was some early 10, wasn't there, yesterday?
Yeah, it's weird. I get so it looks like opened 11, then got bet out a bit, then came back. So yeah, me too. Got a little greedy on that one.
Yeah, I need a little bit more. Yep. Let's revisit that one on Friday. I need some Joey pucks. I'm gonna put your ass back to work.
Joey, we are. You know what? This number got hit real hard. But on the Sharks tonight, I tell you what, this Red Wings team sucks. Like, really. I mean, they are. If you can get 130 or better on the. Actually, Zach, what'd you give out on Edgeworth this morning?
Sharks.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm going to lose a dime to Alber because we went head-to-head on the regular season points just being a fanboy. They suck. Yeah, I bet that one bigly yesterday. Don't go as crazy at the current price, but.
William, Iowa -6.5 at Maryland. Cade back in the saddle. What is the deal there? Because they were down to nothing. The last time we saw Iowa, the UCLA game, they had like a 4-string kid in there.
Yeah, we got this. I don't know. Let me think what I want to say here.
Well, don't say anything if you think it's.
No. What? So, where are you at on this game? Give me numbers.
I have not touched it.
Okay.
I did, but it was a stupid total of 40.5. 40.5 is what it was. So that's it.
All right.
But if you want to wait, hey man, we can wait till Friday. There's sometimes I think we talk too much. I'm seeing how the market's responding today to our. Are you seeing this? I mean, somebody's like, they're smashing this stuff. They're like, hey, the boys off of 5 and 7 Saturday. They've been winning all year. They're due for a bounce back. We're freaking betting this stuff. So.
Yeah, let's.
All right, you gonna let it go? We'll let it go till Friday.
Let's let it go on that one.
We need more info.
I did check in something, but
need more info. Michael, no, we do not like Florida. We do not. No. Ole Miss gonna. I'm telling you, Ole Miss gonna kill them.
Do you want to? Is there enough 10? Why don't we just get like?
You just want to lay 10? I see it's already moving off of me. Like I see that's even moving. Let's just lay 10 if we.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's coming back under.
No, I don't think it is either. I mean, some of the other, if you believe in the power ratings, a lot of the power ratings out there got it like 14. I think Conley's got 16. Not that I trust his numbers like I used to, but
no, but still.
I mean, I got it like 14, man. I'm being honest. I don't have that big of a disparity this time of year too often.
Yeah, I think that's I think someone's going to come in and smash that at some point this week.
All right, we're laying it 10. Best bet, Ole Miss. Boom. Crestman, Wisconsin plus 2.5 money line. They finally made the coordinator change. Should never made the hire to begin with.
No. Probably should have won.
I did bet them plus 3.
Pulse.
What's up?
I said they probably should have won versus Oregon if they had somewhat of a pull. Like if that.
Well, if they had a quarterback or a better offense. I mean, if they just had their old. Yeah. Just run the football, man.
Man, that Van Dyke injury really cost them some. Yeah, it hurt them bad because I mean Locke's, he's had a couple, but like the turnovers have just been where like Wisconsin could have had a really nice, but now if you're fickle going into year 3, you're kind of like,
ooh, you got to win next year.
Yeah, you're feeling some heat when.
What do we do with this game? I need 3 to bet Wisconsin.
Me too.
Boy, I'll tell you, that is an important game. Both teams 5 and 5. And there's a lot on the line on that game, folks.
Yeah,
I know you think, that game sucks. No, that's very important for both programs.
The loser, that one's going to be, it's going to get steamy in the locker room for whoever loses that one.
That one and USC, UCLA, I think those are some important games. How many SEC teams do you think make the playoff? At minimum 4. And I think it could be 5 if Notre Dame loses next 2. So just one of the next 2. Joey K has to be going back to his favorite food this weekend. What is that?
It's rice. It's rice.
Oh, it's a bowl of rice. Yeah, Chuck, you can tell we're too old guys because we're not getting the emoji game. Man, that's a big.
Oh, I see the rice. Jesus.
Yeah. The little rice.
Holy hell. I did bet. I laid it.
What price?
6.5.
Okay. I mean, I would lean that way.
It's tough laying it with Rice. They got an interim coach. Yeah. I don't know. UAB. Was that it? Last week. They did move the football as a misleading final, but they got killed. And you just wonder if that's it for Dilfer. Leave it alone until Friday. That's what I say there. Zach will leave that alone because there was already some buys on UAB at 7 because it went out to 7, came back. Thoughts on UConn plus 10.5 from Connor. Look at spot for Qs.
You're the Qs whisperer.
No. No. Let's wait. Numbers like Syracuse, but I understand why people matchup wise. I see why people are betting Connecticut, but let me dive into that one more. Ben in the chat, Ben Carey. When do you think what do you think the atmosphere will be in Arrowhead? Might be 50-50. That many Colorado fans showing up?
Yeah, I don't. I mean,
Ben loves his Buffaloes. He was giving us. Do you see? He tweeted at us our video that we did not think there was value on Travis Hunter at 100-1. Oh my God! I'm sure people are waiting to clip that up for Heisman Trophy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take the night off. Yeah, I will not be on social media on the ceremony night. I can tell you that.
We might need to lock the account for that night. But yeah,
look at that.
Man, oh man.
Oof.
I don't think it'll be 50-50. It's one of those, the atmosphere I don't think will be too significant, like, of an advantage either way for anybody. So I wouldn't bake in a lot of.
We're going to talk that one on Friday. Paul in the chat, super chat from Paul. Appreciate you, Paul. $9.99. Love y'all. Right back at you, Paul. Western Kentucky money line and Utah +7.
You don't got to talk this guy into fading Liberty.
I'm not tired of fading Liberty yet. I know Western Kentucky. What the hell was that? 7 points last week? What was that? Looking ahead, what was it?
I don't know what happened there. I mean, that is a CUSA special right there. This conference, I swear to God, this is like the SWAC. This conference is so bad week to week. I mean, like the La Tech 12, La Tech, their quarterback had 60-yard passing, and they beat Western Kentucky at Western Kentucky. So, listen,
pass for now.
I lean that way.
Western. What's that?
I said I lean that way. The Western.
Yeah, Kentucky. I do lean Western Kentucky. Let's see where the market is. Matt, here's why. That market bet Liberty like crazy.
Yeah,
they keep. There's a couple weeks where they just bet them like they know the final, and they're just so wrong. So let's wait. Let's see if we get a 3. I doubt it, but we'll see. Guy asked BYU +3.5. Ugh,
that's the only way I could play it. It's the only way.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of respect for Arizona State.
I wanted to bet Arizona State. I just think the market's all over it. And maybe too much.
No, totally. I agree. Like, I mean, what's the line if that game's played last week?
I think FanDuel had it at 2.5 last week. I'm serious. I was looking at it, and I was like, nah, I don't know. Because I was like, man, this is already shaded towards Arizona State. I'm like, I was hoping I was going to get Arizona State as a dog.
Yeah.
We talked about that, Shane. We'll see. Let's see where that one is on Friday. Texas Tech, if it gets to -3, I agree with that. I got to look at the injury report on them. They were banged up last time out. But Oklahoma State seems like a dead cat.
Yeah, Texas Tech really bad. I mean, they've been dealing with they've been hitting like the injury point of no return in some of these games. But oh man, people, it's funny because it's come down from the open. Oklahoma State off about, I don't know. I think it might. I think you might see number.
Dr. Bob says he's going to give something out. Man, I hope he doesn't give out the play. I'm thinking, shoot. Action Sports Central. Indiana 3-1 to miss the playoffs seems like a good play. I agree with that. Especially they get blown out, which we think.
Okay.
And there'll be, I think they're already lining up. I mean, SEC, ESPN is wanting to get as many SEC teams.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So, like, if we're adding it up, you're getting 4 SEC at a minimum.
Yeah,
and then you would have already 3 Big Ten. Ohio State, Penn State, Oregon, pretty much regardless of what happens. Like, that's just the way it's going to play out. So
what's going to be like them compared against a 2-loss SEC team?
Yeah. So like a 1-loss Indiana, or
they might sneak in still. I don't know. The upsets aren't done though, folks. Everyone's like, oh, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. Watch. I mean, we'll see. Let's see. Notre Dame's not a sure thing to beat SC. I'm scared at the death of that game.
Penn State's not getting in. Gualo. I mean, they're like -1,000 to get in here. Like they're in. If they win out and they have Minnesota and Maryland left, they're in.
Yeah, they're in. They're treated. I don't know why they're treated so kindly by the committee. Where's their big win at?
No, I mean, in the last 8 years, where's their big win at? It's not there, but they're getting in. If they win out, they're in. So
yeah,
and over Indiana.
And how do we? Well, I mean, let's see what the weather is. It looks like a lot of these Notre Dame, Penn States of the world, maybe the Buckeyes are hosting. Let's see what the weather is, but it looks like they're going to be hosting some really good SEC teams: Georgia, Alabama, Ole Miss. Tim Fraley, we appreciate Tim talking about Pittsburgh. Brom, so overrated as a coach. Oh, I can't get there. Boy, that was kind of a stunner there. Pittsburgh almost beating Clemson outright.
Yeah, I agree because thanks to producer Jacob, we didn't have a loss on Clemson last week.
That was
Yeah, but you
legit too.
had 2 on Sam Houston.
Yeah, so
Yeah, but we thought with 7.5, we thought, you see how that works though? That probably cost us the win right there. Locked it in twice. Trying to sneak in an extra win with 7.5 points.
I tell you what, I mean,
I bet the over. I'm going to cop out and say the over. I think it's the right side. If the weather's clear, over for me.
I'm still not a total believer in what Pittsburgh, even after the good performance last week, I would be looking for a 7 on Louisville there.
And Brahms up and down. He looks like a piece of shit one week, and then he's back looking like a world beater the next. So probably buy low spot after what happened last week. Oof, that was stunning. That was one of the biggest stunners of the whole year.
I cannot believe I did not.
Remember, I told you see 21.5.
Yeah, we did. You did, and I bet, but I didn't.
And that wasn't me betting Louisville. I just said people hate Stanford that much.
I just I don't know why I did not. I give that.
I was very happy for the Stanford program to get that win. That was good. I think Troy Taylor's a good guy. I like the way he's building it. They just hopefully they give him time.
Yeah.
Egg Hogs -21. Sammy P needs a blowout win, and La Tech off a big win.
I don't know if anything's saving Sammy P, but La Tech is trash.
Well, they beat Western Kentucky last week.
Yeah, I listen. I don't know some of these I don't know. Late cross, G5 versus late SEC team late in the season. You just don't know what you're gonna get here from either side of it. So,
would you? This is how degenerate I am. What if I told you I bet this game in July? Somebody posted this number in July. I laid it with Arkansas.
What was the number?
19.5, I think.
Oh yeah, I agree. I mean,
so I think I made it
19.5 if it was there right now. It wouldn't be like, oh my god, I gotta have. But
yeah, I just thought it should have been 24. Let me look. Yeah, I did. That's crazy. I got nothing else, man. Let's recap best bets, unless you got one that we forgot.
No, I think got
a good card.
Anything else? I tell you, this is as far as a card for the week, this is the lightest I've had going into a just a early week card. This is definitely the lightest portfolio I've had.
That's not good. There's 62 games.
It gets a little thinner this time of year.
All right. So it's just not the top of my head. Bad joke. All right. I think I'm just being honest. I think there'll be some opportunity later in the week to have a few more. We already gave out a bunch. You guys bet it. Let's recap them. Look at this. SMU -9.5. Love it. Ohio State blows out Indiana. BC +3.5 outright. Ole Miss crushes Florida. Vanderbilt. Colorado State. Look at this. We're locked and loaded, buddy.
Yeah. No, listen. Hey,
that's 6. What do the people want? That's a start.
You know what? Hold on. I might have one more special one here. And after Jordan Simmons here, I got to look up and make sure the Simmons. We got a
while
special.
He's looking that up. Let me tell everybody. Let me remind everybody, because this is big time. Because I love this new product that we got as far as BetStamp goes. And I got to bring it up. Dude, I'm an idiot. I might have lost the read. No, I got it. And if you're looking to beat the college football and basketball player prop market, and again, we talk more about this as we get closer to the weekend and those markets get put up. But if you're looking to beat it, it's time to try BetStamp Pro. The odds screen, our friends at BetStamp have created to highlight market-based edges across any prop type, essential for top-down bettors. BetStamp has developed a highly efficient and reliable market-based true line that incorporates unique market-specific adjustments powered by real-time data from over 50 sportsbooks. Plus, BetStamp Pro features a user-friendly layout that allows you to view line history for any prop with ease. Visit betstamp.com/HTB, HTB standing for Hit the Books, betstamp.com/HTB to get the Hit the Books exclusive trial pricing and a free demo. A limited number of spots are available, so act quickly. Glad I got that in there. Almost forgot. You got a player prop?
I'm glad you did too. I like that product too. And the chat's going to have blue balls because the number that I was going on, it was Greg trying for some redemption for a midweek Mac prop. And the number moved a bit before the show started.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Well, what we can promise is we'll be back on Friday at 5 with some more best bets coming your way. And don't forget, Saturday, big one, halftime, Indiana, Ohio State. For the man, the myth, the legend himself, Joey Knish, producer extraordinaire, Zach Phillips. Thank you to all the questions, comments, concerns. You just watched Hit the Books, part of the Hammer Betting Network, sponsored by FanDuel. See you Friday.